And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning steam for Sunday. Sunday alert. Sunday, September 10th. You guys are excited there in the chat. Good to see you guys start rolling in here. I'm just about ready to go. Trying to, kind of square up what we got going on here today for me anyway. Don't think it'll be any different for anybody else, but I'm adding a new show here today on the channel with kind of a companion show to NFL football, the watch along. I'll be here. Look, all I do is watch the games and wait for the college lines to come out. So why don't I do it with you? Join me today at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific for a companion show. There's a lot of them out there. I'm going to do it like nobody else. And that's because we're going to have live coverage, descriptions, accounts of these games, if you will. But all on the up and up, and be just me watching the games, updating you with the current lines, uh, you know, ball possession, things like that. You know what I'm talking about. Down and distance, player IDs, and also we'll talk about college football opening lines. So the NFL games get started 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. I'll be with you, and then at uh, an hour later, this is when usually all the books start to open up their college lines, and we're going to give you all the fastest moves here near real time. I mean, I don't know. There's a delay. I got to send this signal to you directly from Las Vegas. It's got to travel all around the world in a complex set of tubes called the internet and then get to you. But we're going to try to get you the fastest lines. So be ready. And one thing I did do, I linked the Discord in the chat. They'll start to come up on your apps and things like that so you can follow along. But I've put in the rotation. If you want to print out the sheets, maybe you already do. Do you guys have, little printout with the team name? So I don't know if you guys still do that anymore. That's maybe what they call old school. But what it allows you to do is write down the lines as quickly as you can, and just be ready out the game. But if you guys don't want to fire, don't have access to fire, I think it's still very, very interesting to see where the lines move right away as we're just tracking them, and that'll be right around late second quarter, and then you do it at halftime, and then you get right back into the action, and then the lines keep rolling in. We'll probably keep that little steam noise on so that we can get the latest moves. So, hello everybody, and welcome to the morning steam. I almost want to go off saying with Mindy. I'm here on the weekends now by myself, and bringing you this other programming as well. But Monday through Friday is when Mindy's here with me. This is the morning steam. Mindy has provided me with her picks on today's NFL games. Look, I previewed the games with Mindy on Friday for the early games, the 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific games. So please refer to those if you're looking for our picks. They're also, I believe, chopped up into individual videos. We don't want to spend too much time on it. We're going to go over the afternoon card here. There's 6 games in the WNBA you might be of interest. And there's Major League Baseball. Now, I was in for Tony today, and I don't think the videos are quite out yet, or the show, the MLB pick show. They told me late last night to kind of get it done, and I did it. And but maybe if we have time, I'll go over the picks that I made because I don't see them up there just yet. But it was a little late going because of they just told me last night to do the show, and I said no problem. And why not? Let me show you what's going on. Now I don't think just because Tony went 5-0 yesterday with his premium pick card, he needed a day off. He probably just is, the best days for him to enjoy some R&R. So, but I do want to show you who's hot over at Tony'sPicks.com in just a moment. Say hello to everyone in the chat. Get the show going. So hopefully we have a good time. If you guys want to join me, if not, no problem, but I'll be here. Hello to Blake. He was here first today, giving us an NFL prop. Zane's here as well. Oh, he says Bijan was the even money or plus 105. Gotcha. Ziggy, so nice to see you, and thank you for sending out your plays every day on Twitter. And Thomas, hello. Good morning. Like it, smash it. Let's get us up in the algorithm. I'm not going to scold you if you don't. Maybe, you're just here. Maybe you don't like it. I don't come into your chat and I don't know where to find you. Damien, hello. I'd come in and like your videos if you had them. So Ziggy, that's just what's going on now. Mindy, she Monday through Friday like a real person, and I'm the uh, freak here who's going to be here 7 days a week right now. Just appreciate the opportunity with Tony and the channel and the site. So Jacoby, hello, nice to see you. Where's Ron talking about those winning tickets yesterday? Hey, what did he do? Go 14-0 on his? Who even goes 14-0 on any day, much less your birthday? I don't know if I got his plays before the card. I probably were in there and I just missed them. So, uh, hello to Luis here today. Lauren's ready to put a 16 parlay in. Uh, woo! How about some round robins at least? Let's get us started. I mean, this is the NFL, so um, yeah, Thomas. I don't know, Thomas. I don't know what to call it. I can't. You can't say that. You can say NFL on the. You could say NFL all you like, kinda, but you can't really call it NFL, especially if you get. I mean, look, there's only gonna be a couple of dozen of us in there, to be quite honest, at the beginning. But maybe we'll have fun. Maybe we'll have a great show. Cinna figure it out here today, talking about their plays. Only the afternoon games will be covered. Maybe we can find some time to go over some of the other information with the early games. But my plays are in with Mindy. Our consensus picks were right there on the air, so please check them out. Um, Great to see everyone rolling in. All right, Sincere is here today, and Dre is here today. Ron Rolden, man, I tell you, futuristic kennel designs here as well. So, uh, okay, we haven't even talked college football, and I don't need to know. We want to cover the future lines, but then I had Colorado. I think make no mistake. I tried to use my sense of the way the landscape is, and it feels right. Here's the thing, right? Colorado played very poorly. Imagine if Nebraska was playing a good team, they would have been in big trouble. Met Nebraska, you guys, constant. Look, Mindy's not here. If she hears this, look, we have a laugh about it, but maybe Rule is the guy, but maybe is he gonna? Maybe he won't be equipped to get back into the scene or something. I don't know. I mean, we know he's done well at level, but it's so hard in Lincoln, and then you see what's going on. Yesterday, first game or not, first, but you know what I mean. Even the Minnesota game was kind of goofy, right? So you just expect good defense, good job, shut down some explosive players. They still made big plays in the end. I mean, they still a blowout. So I'm talking about that for Colorado and just how things are different now as far as the way you can rebuild these teams up a little bit. You're seeing it, right? So no, I think yeah, and I think Colorado. Look, they got the number with ease, right? So that's two huge master covers. But hello, Gary. Nice to see you as well. Yep. Thank you, Thomas. It will be Sunday Football Live. For lack of a better name, it's week one. I wouldn't want to change it. So just trying to conceptualize because we're covering college and pro. So let's not, it'll be here soon enough. We got to get to this show over at Tony'sPicks.com. There it is. Look, Tony 5-0 yesterday with his premium picks. Probby 14-9. Mindy came in with huge volume on this college card. I wanted to come in with more premium. I should have been a little bit more aggressive. I think I left some wins on the table, off the table, however you want to describe it. Sam was 6-3. Ben Ruhala 4-2. Tiffany had some good volume, and she came in at 64% on Saturday, Nick Lagaretto's strong day as well. Joseph Schultz, he won his premium play. Sean Dinwiddie, everyone's on this list. Morning Steam yesterday. Strong start, a little bit of fizzle in the end. Still end up somehow it's a wash. But man, everybody's on there on the board but me. There was, let's see, I think it was one game under. All right, well, let's get them today. I feel great about my premiums, of course, in NFL football. I feel great about my free picks coming up in just a moment. And I'll get you Mindy's as well. We'll see if we have any plays together here on the show. Collins over the last 7 days, 22-12. Nick Lagarettos, 33-22. Ralph Raymond, 21-12. Mindy, 30-22. And Ben Ruhala is up nearly 4 units for the week. Last 30 days, Nick Vartini up over 15 units. Ralph Raymond up over 8 units. Collins Brown, 5.5 units. Our morning steam team still up there. Feel like we'll have a good shot at it today with this NFL card. Mindy's doing good as well, you guys. So we'll be back on tomorrow with Monday through Friday coverage with her. And we'll get to the football coverage and it won't be so scrambling like we were. And also we'll have all the football covered, I believe, before the weekend. And I'll just be joining you for a shorter show on Sundays, focusing in on our live show, covering those betting odds for the next week. All right. Don't forget, check out the Premium Picks tab over at Tony'sPicks.com. You'll find the handicapper leaderboards there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. This is where I'm putting my best plays today. I'm going to give you a bunch of free winners in just a moment. But if you want to know, from one of the leaders for the year on the site, I have my Premium Picks up here today at Tony'sPicks.com, or pick up my NFL Pass, College Football Pass, or Combined Pass for the rest of the season. You see some of the packages from the handicappers: 3-pack, 5-pack, 7-packs from Collins, from Mindy, from Ben, Joseph and Tiffany, Sam and Daniel, and our morning steam 5-pack. You don't want to go back and look at the video from Friday. Here's where to get it, and it goes to Mindy and us. When you subscribe here, we get the commissions on this one, so appreciate it. All right, let's get it back over the chat, say hello to a few more people, and get rolling on some picks as well. I'm going to appreciate your contributions here. Who else has joined us? Clyde. Alabama. I had a loss with Alabama for sure. And I'd say cause for concern at this point. And it might start with the offense. Texas did a great job. So thank you, Ron, for your plays. Verley's here today as well. Michigan. I would love to go over all the games with you, but I'll just rely on you guys to give the contributions, and then I'll just respond. Otherwise, I'd just talk about every game probably. James Avery, hello. Rich K here today. All right. I'm ready to go. Want to get you guys some plays, and love to get your contributions as well. We're going to start with NFL afternoon action with the Packers and the Bears. All right, let's get into it. Mindy and I covered our early action on the show on Friday. They're also all chopped up on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel for the early games, the 10 Eastern, 1 Pacific games. These are the games from 4:25 Eastern, 1:25 Pacific. And we'll have this ancient rivalry between the Bears and the Packers. All right. Where do you think we stand here with Jordan Love? His numbers in preseason certainly were, kind of like the quality you might expect from an NFL starter. He got in, got out, did the job, 3 touchdowns, no picks, good yardage, good fine performance. what's going to change here right now between the Packers and the Bears, other than, yes, I mean, other than some personnel changes, but we know the big storyline. I mean, Jordan Love's going to have to take over for Aaron Rodgers, who, certainly was great. They had their Super Bowl. They, can't say that it's all on the fact that Love has been sitting there holding a clipboard for a couple of seasons, but remember, that's what Aaron Rodgers did. So maybe that's the Packer way, right? Even Aaron's personality, we've seen the changes a little bit, or, I mean, yeah, as he's gotten more successful and even more famous and gone through, we know he's a little bit eccentric. But uh, Love, for the most part, has just bided his time. We know he's waited. He's waited for his turn here. And why couldn't he be just as successful as Rodgers? Remember, the Packers are just a different type of organization, right? They've owned the Bears. They've owned the Bears. And why wouldn't it just continue? What is it going to be that big of a change from Rodgers to Love? Is now the detractors are going to say Love, they don't believe in Love, and I don't know if I believe in him to go out and surge to be a great quarterback or be above average, or maybe just get the job done. But like I said, in the preseasons, we know he did just fine. So I think Fields is a bit of a neutralizer. I mean, look, the line here, 1.5, right? So total at 41. Maybe the Bears could get home eventually, but they never get home in this series. I mean, this is all about the Packers every single time, it seems like. Oh, hi, Essential. And I will update you on that right now. Shame on me after all of our coverage and all of our winning in the Discord. I guess Thomas can back me up. I mean, I've pretty much crushed this tournament. We had another winner earlier today. No, the winner earlier today was on the embedded video. We gave out the over. Canada getting the third place victory. Right now, 45-45, Germany and Serbia in this one. We gave out in the Discord the over in this game too. I think it's looking pretty okay at 90 points here with 30 seconds left. Schroeder with a steal and jam gives Germany a 2-point lead here with just under 30 seconds to go. Appreciate it. Hi, Perky. So that's the way I see it with this matchup, that the Packers kind of still dominate the Bears. Now, I don't know if like I said, we want to see what Love is up to. It does feel kind of like a toss-up because of what's happening, but I almost just can't ignore the Packers' dominance. Do you really think it was because of Aaron Rodgers every single time? I'm not sure that he was the overall deciding. Remember, we know the old "Who's your daddy," but there's a lot that does go into it. That I would think you guys are on the Bears. You guys are on the Bears. You guys are all over the Bears. Wow. All right. Well, then I'm going to lay off. Let me tell you this: Mindy Hahn is on the Bears, so I better lay off this one on the side if that's going to be the case. But I don't know. I mean, you guys saw it. Are you guys big Aaron Rodgers fan? You think you like what he's going to do with the Jets, or is that just you know how it is with them? How about Chicago 1-11 ATS in the division? Last 12 games in division. All right. Well, Packers 8-0 against the spread. Last 8 games in this series, and Packers, of course, always in a good position when they're an underdog. Now, I mean, I guess they're an underdog on the road. So maybe maybe losing Aaron Rodgers, maybe switching to Jordan Love, a franchise that kind of just, cranks out their quarterbacks at the same pace, it seems like. Look, no guarantees, right? Nobody's going to say Jordan Love can be Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. But It's just interesting to note how those, especially with Rodgers. All right. You guys, I guess I'm going to have to be on the under here. If we've got a division game like this, you got Fields who can negotiate you down the line. They're not going to be explosive, are they? And the Packers certainly would love. I'm going to be on the under here in this one. All right, I've got Thomas on my side. Yeah, maybe this is the time, Scotch, coming in with the Chicago correspondent angle here, that, this is the time, right? This is the time. Cinna figured it out, right? Mindy is on the Bears, you guys. So you guys are all about the Bears in this one. It feels like I'm on an island, so I better go to the total. Probably where I should hang out anyways. The reported steam did come in on this game on the under. So I'll roll with the steam here, take under. Jacoby's going under with me. You know how I feel. I've been talking about my under trends all week. I'm all about unders in the NFL. And I said we could just cancel the show and go under all year after last year. So I better repeat it now because we're here on a Sunday, since I'm going with under in this game. Now, I'm not going with all unders. But last season was a massive year for unders in the NFL. And I know there's some regulars here. I don't want to bore them with it, but it was such an impactful stat that really isn't being talked about too much. But last year's NFL games averaged just 43.8 points. Now, I know this one's even under that, but consider the circumstances with this game. Still, 43.8 points. That was lower than the previous year, which averaged 46 points per game. So that was a full 2.2 point difference between last year and the year before. 2 years ago, the average score in the NFL was 49.6. 49.6. So in just 2 years, they have lopped off 5.8 points somehow in these NFL. There's no been, kind of rule changes or anything like. I mean, that's just the way it's been going. So just consider that going in, and we'll also, mention that, divisional games. I mean, this is where you look for it every time, right? Division games usually going to be unders, but that is right. That is a big, big deal. Now it's baked into the cake a little bit. Odds makers are, keen to this. Certainly, you see where the totals will be, but it's just something to consider that the scoring has been dramatically down. All right. Yeah, it's always baked into the cake. We're not giving away any super duper secrets here, but more so will still be the trends that you'll find in games and the games going under. So, all right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Damien's on the Bears, too. We're going to keep it rolling here with my home team, the Las Vegas Raiders, at the Denver Broncos. Well, here's another series where the Raiders usually get the money in this series. No doubt about that. Now, Broncos, new regime, Raiders, underachieving regime, right? They're getting some criticism with this organization here and the coaching of the Raiders, and just can't get away from some of the things when you're the Raiders. That's all there is to it. I said, oh man, not even Mark Davis could screw this one up. Well, so far it hasn't been great results. Now I think sometimes you got beautiful amenities that you can kind of cover up some of the flaws in your football organization a little bit. So sometimes the Raiders can get it done, and I don't mind the move. Look, we can go all day long on who are some of the top quarterbacks today as far as winning percentage is concerned. You put Garoppolo right at the top of the list. And we don't know what was going on in that situation with San Francisco, but looking back at it now, Maybe the way it unfolded, this is the way it was supposed to be, but uh, didn't work out for Lance, and I think everybody knew that. So here in this one, I'm going to tell you right now, Mindy, she is on the Broncos. Lay the 3.5 points at home against the Raiders, says Mindy. So Garoppolo 40-17 as a starter. We know Russell Wilson is great as well, but maybe having maybe this can fix him just a little bit, because what we saw was not Russell Wilson, right? To a certain extent. Speaking of eccentric, right? But uh, man, he still had a few moments. Probably just a few too many blows to the head, I guess. Here we go with some plays from you guys, and then I'll get to my play. But Mindy, like I said, Mindy's on the Broncos here. I just have a little bit of a hesitancy to want to agree. Look, I'm criticizing the Raiders here. I'm definitely, saying that I don't necessarily believe in the Raiders, but in this series, the Raiders certainly get it done. Raiders 10-1 the last 11 games in this series, and Denver 0-6 in their last 6 games as a home favorite. Let's get your plays here. Howard's going to be on Vegas. Ron looks like maybe leaning Vegas. Verley's on Vegas. Blake here on Vegas. And what is Matt saying? Oh, he's giving out the Broncos here. Buy it down. Get it under 2.5. Says things are changing for Peyton. Right? Some of the things you're kind of skeptical all of a sudden. Like, you want to believe that he can come in here, but some of his comments have been a little bit unusual for a new coach. And look, the Broncos, look, if they can get it going again, they've got some good. Just want to say good ownership or wealthy ownership. Can I say it like that? They've got wealthy ownership that they could kind of get back to being the Broncos, I would think, after the kind of what's been going on over the last few years. I think all Broncos fans don't stand for it. Berkey's on the Raiders. Lovable, I think, is on the Raiders here. Cinna figure it out, Raiders. JD says under in this one. And that's where I'm going to end up going here. But I'm not going under. I'm not challenging JD. But I guess I am. But I think this one's going over. I've got to think this one's going over. Yeah, it's a division game, I know. But if the Broncos as a favorite here at home, that's more like an over situation. And figure this total. Let me see right now, 43. Yeah, I'm on the over here. Thomas is on the Raiders. So, yeah, I might be, trying to kiss up to the Chamber of Commerce here, but it's not. It's a great place. But those guys, they look horrible last season, and he got a little bit. He was never the same, right? So you got to kind of figure there was a little bit of something going on with Seattle, because look, they brought in Geno, and Geno was kind of trying to find himself as a quarterback. Seattle got him in and signed, kind of got him under a big contract really fast, like they saw something. And although Geno hasn't been able to get him to a promised land or anything, or even over the top success, the statistics have been very, very good. That you'd think that Geno is, it's kind of like a Pro Bowl quarterback, right? So Seattle will help you. Seattle does help you a little bit. You got to wonder, but now with Peyton, that's the dynamic we want to see. Get Peyton in here. Yeah, Peyton can, has other assistants but how will that work out with those two? All right. That would be great. I'm not going to hit. Hey, look, I could do a prop show too. I'm just trying to get out some plays on the air. I do have players I like in the game every time. So, all right, I'm going over in this one. Look, Raiders are pretty solid under on the road here, but I've got to think that uh, Wilson, I think 40, 43, that's a very, very reasonable total, I would think, for these two teams for me. Lovable plays. I did drop the Discord in there. Let's see if I can do it again. If it's on my copy and paste, I'll do it. If I can't, yeah, here we go. I wasn't going to go in and copy and paste it. If it was on my clipboard. All right. Is that it for you guys in this game? I'm going to be on the over here, and Mindy's on the Broncos. Be careful, fading Mindy, man. Don't do it. I mean, on that. All right. And she's having another good week, another good month. She's back on. I think she's back all of a sudden after that hiatus. Okay, keep moving here. Dolphins and Chargers. The San Diego Chargers, by the way. I'll never stop calling them that on the shows. Can't take them away. You can't just do that. You should be able to pass better lawyers. All right, Chargers here favored -3. Total 51 in this one. Look at that total. Certainly for this week, highest total on the board. Why wouldn't it be? You've got to think there's going to be plenty of offense here, right? Did you guys ride with those Chargers overs? And now you got a matchup like this? I would think this would be a very high-scoring game, well over this total. Miami was 7-2 to the over on the road last season. Chargers have been the season openers have been going under for sure. Dolphins have come in here and won here before at SoFi. See what you guys have in this one, but I do have Mindy's play, and it's on the Chargers. Yep, Mindy's going to take Los Angeles here. This is usually a terrible spot for anybody who backs the Chargers. You know it. 6, 12, and 7 against the spread. That's a lot of pushes in their last 25 games where they've been favored by 3 points or less. So I think it's going to be, crazy wild. I'm going over. That's my play. Let's get your guys' play on this. I'll break it down for you. Justin Herbert. Tua. Matt likes the, I always thought that you should save the powder blue, you wear them against the Raiders. Kind of like when Notre Dame used to wear the green one time. You save it. So Howard's got him for the win. Blake going over here in this one with me. Thomas is on Miami. Siggy's on the Chargers. And Perky, does that mean you think I'm on San Diego? I don't know if I want to give it away. It might be a premium here for me. Here's an over with Blake. Be careful, Tua. We don't want to see you get hurt. Okay, make fun of Tua. I mean, the analytics show that he is extremely accurate, right? Do I have that right? I mean, just sometimes it looks like it's going all over the place, but you're a lefty, Look, when he hit, when it's sailing beautifully, there's, these lefties, they're, it's a tarp. Clyde says Chargers. I'm thinking about under. Explosiveness has been expected in those Charger openers, and it hasn't necessarily come to fruition. But I think they've got the matchup here that they're looking for. And I'm, me, I'm all about trying to tell you every game's an under. but I don't feel like this one. I just don't feel like this one is. So we'll see. Kellen Moore. Everyone's saying get the upgrade, but the upgrade for him. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but how could it not be? I would think. Perky's going over. I've got to go over in this one, you guys. Um, all right. Dolphins 6-2, last 8 road openers. Tua 21-13 as a starter in this league. And I'll take the over in this one. Mindy is on the Chargers. And Chargers are still my team. And if I had $4 billion, I would buy the Chargers and move them back to San Diego and build a stadium or do whatever I could. But that, didn't happen. Jacoby's going over, I think, with me. Eagles and Patriots here. Eagles on the road, 3.5. Pretty nice matchup for the feature game here with the Eagles on the road. Remember that Super Bowl, Eagles coming off the loss to the Chiefs, and here going to be on the road against a perennial Super Bowl contender. Certainly, I don't necessarily like the role here for the Eagles. I think that getting the Patriots at home, I might be a dummy here, but I don't know. But Mindy's on the Eagles, so I'm going to have to just tread lightly here, especially now that it's down to 3.5. I think we knew it was 4 earlier, right? So maybe some sharp action here on the Patriots in this one. So Super Bowl losers are one of the worst propositions around. That one might be a little bit overcooked. Might just be, something somebody made up, but they are 4-16 in week 1, 4-16 against the spread in week 1 the following season. That's Super Bowl losers. We already saw Kansas City flop as the Super Bowl winner. Super Bowl winners were actually okay, but Super Bowl losers have been really dismal. And Eagles 6-10 against the spread against the AFC. Mac Jones, just a 500 quarterback. You're getting points at home, though, here. Man, I'm going to end up on the under here. It's going to be, you got a road favorite, 3.5 points. This is going to be, you're getting a great bargain here. Especially, this feels like a premium to me, and I'm just going to give it out right here on the show. I've got the under in this one for sure. And again, a lot goes back to the league-wide trends that I was preaching on Friday's show. In addition to I get it. The Eagles are going to be, maybe even more explosive this year. But Patriots, they know what they're doing. Come on. Patriots get away. It's their system, their formula that gets it done. There's no reason why the Patriots won't be the Patriots once again this year. And I'm taking points with them at home. I'm taking points with them for sure. Anyways, you got these non-division road favorites, 67% to the under last year, 23-46 to the under. And, to me, that just kind of stands. Mac Jones, they're not going to overwhelm the Eagles either. This is going to be a football game. Ron has a lock here on the Eagles. But he's going to take it down to 2.5. There's no doubt. 3.5's the number. And we'll never be able to bring those back. NFL would never approve that stadium now. Although they should allow, I think you're going to see it allow smaller stadiums as long as there's, concourses and television. You can make a whole experience. You don't need any more. The 70 and 80, that was a 2000 thing. Just have a beautiful stadium. You could have NFL stadiums, and look, there's going to be other cities that are going to want in a piece of the pie. All right, great, Sparky. Have a great day down there. So, all right, Perky here on the Patriots. And let's see. Ron says, he's got a two-teamer in here with the Ravens. Burley's going with the Eagles in this one. And how about a first half here for Blake? Scotch is on Philly. You guys are on Philly. Oh, Ziggy maybe on the Patriots with me, but maybe I'm not on the Patriots. Yeah. I mean, there's been maybe they don't quite get right. I mean, they're not going to get it right. Brady won all the titles, but they still have been able to manage. And the other great thing about, remember Brady's had some stretches where he's missed time. Remember when he got injured in the season opener? Was it against Kansas City several years ago, and he missed all that time? And remember, it was kind of like a quarterback factory. Whoever was the backup of the Patriots would just come in, be able to manage the game, end up looking pretty good. That's what you're talking about when you're talking about the system a little bit. And they were able to go on and make great careers like Jimmy G. Certainly the Patriots wouldn't mind having a little Jimmy G right now. But maybe they are satisfied with Mac Jones. I might be. I mean, you just can't go out there and get the best quarterback in the game every time. That's the thing. All right. Any more on this one? I guess I've made my play official here on the under. Any more with you? James Avery, thank you for talking a little tennis here today. I want to talk about Coco. Wasn't it great? Where will she fall? I mean, how great can her career be? I think it'll be hard to do. I think what we're going to see is a lot of younger phenoms come in and fizzle out quickly. We make a lot of money, and it's all. Remember, even the big superstars today were making pretty good money. Hello, Daboom War. But we always see some. I mean, look, we all need mental health timeouts. I need mental health timeouts. But the hunger and all that too. You got to really be driven. So when you talk about, I don't want. If I can just make the comparison, just in this instance, to, with Coco, with say a Venus or a Serena or other great American players as well. But I don't know, maybe I watched that movie too much. But the drive, right, to succeed long term. I mean, if Serena could do it, she probably still would. But that was great. That was great. And and works out. And look, the Americans seem to they might be back as far as hardcore tennis, obviously. All right, you guys look like you're done with that game. So Mindy is on the Eagles. She's pretty chalky here today so far. Got to be honest with you. And I'm on the under. Don't want to be chalky. I don't want to be chalky, but here's one that's going to be hard to swallow if you want to take the Rams. Laying 5 now. Can it go back? I mean, it was 5, and I don't think it's going back. Are the sharps on the Rams? The reported steam came in on the Rams. It's hard to get the true reported steam in the NFL. When you see it, it's more significant. Doesn't mean it's right. Gary, Mindy is back nearly 100% after being down for about 7 to 10 days, and she's just joining us Monday through Fridays now. And I'll be here on the weekends talking to myself, talking to you guys. So I'll try to get to all your comments and like I'm interacting with you. That's what this show is all about. Seahawks and the Rams, and this one can't go back. Can't help but go back to last year's late season game with these two teams, but in this one now, the Rams, they kind of look like, hey, a good thing the Cardinals are around not to make the Rams look so bad at this point. Too bad for Cooper Kupp. That's a real bummer. And, Stafford maybe a year removed from last year's drama, injury, whatever was going on. Looks like he is willing to, willing to play, not retire. So maybe he can get something done, but it just feels like the Rams just don't have a lot going for him right now. Still in a division game where, well, for whatever reason, this has been the Rams series. They really had good success against this team over and over again. The Rams have covered 7 of the last 8 games against the Seahawks. And they also are pretty good in the season opener under McVay against the spread. Comes in prepared. Seattle totally struggling right now as a home favorite. They have covered just one of their last 8 games when favored by 3 or more points. So they get it done, but they don't cover. This is a division game. This reported steam came on the over, and even though I always talk division game under, I don't think so in this one. Mindy is on the Seahawks. She's playing another favorite. She's on every favorite here on the afternoon games. Except for and the Bears are a 1-point favorite now, right? Maybe they're picking them at some spots, but to me, she's on all the favorites. I'm not calling her out. I'm just telling you a fact. It'll help you remember it, quite frankly. And I'll take the over in this game with these two teams. There may be some shenanigans here, I think, a little bit. It may even start slow and then start to pick up late. Rams were terrible as a road dog last year, 1-5-1, a role that they usually had excelled in years past. But they are 13-6-1 against the spread on the road in their last 20 division games. Now, you could argue that the Rams were, obviously better in all the previous years, apparently, and then this one. We don't know yet. Hasn't started yet, but the forecasts are not good, obviously. Seahawks and home openers always dynamite with Carroll. And we'll say that let's see, Seattle 15-10 to the under at home, but this has always been a good spot for the Rams. I've got the over in this one. Let's get your plays. We've got Howard on Seattle, Matt D on the Rams. Yeah, probably going to take more points. Thomas feels like me, but he's on the other side. He'll take the Seahawks reluctantly. Could be some money line action for you guys here. These NFL games are great. Burley says Seattle gets it done. Scotch is going against me, and he goes with the under. Right, McVay, he's not the genius anymore right now, huh, Thomas? He went from genius to I wish I could figure out what I was doing 2 years ago. Had some pretty good talent. Hurt. Look, the Rams receiving core, you're going to have to get to know these players. So, all right, we've got Ziggy on the Rams here. And I don't know, I just have a feeling that the scheme of the, Stafford is not like, hey, if his arm works, is Seattle really going to slow him down? Seattle, hey, you're always going up against the 12th man, don't forget. Blake leaning under. I usually, kind of under in these games, but not here, not with it at 46. I think that feels to me like Blake leaning under, like why wouldn't it be a lower total? But Ziggy on the Rams, and I give that one out already. All right, thanks a lot, you guys, for that one. And now let's cover Sunday night football. Sunday night football with the Cowboys and the Giants. The Cowboys on the road at the Giants, favored by 3 now. Well, okay, I get it. They're the more talented team. They're the Cowboys. Dak is back. He's terrific. He's 63-40 in his career. And, Danny Dimes, he's not 60. He's 22 and 30. 22 and 30, 22 and 32 in his career as a starter. So Giants always start slow, but man, I feel like the Cowboys maybe they're overrated. I know they're supposed to be good. They've owned this series too. They've won 11 of the last 12, 4 straight in this series. But I'm not sure I can lay 3 points here on the road in this spot with them. I'm probably going to be on the Giants here. Dallas is a dynamite favorite. They're 17-7 as a favorite. And if Dak is back, look, they've made changes. Jones isn't afraid to. Yeah, he's held on to some guys, whatever, but pay the superstars, let the others walk. See what you guys have to say on Sunday night. Cowboys and over here. And I guess I'm probably FKD is a great contributor. Great to see you again. I'm probably opposite FKD today, both side and total. Jamal's on the Giants. I'm probably coming in on the Giants here. It's my play. Mindy sent me her play. She's on the over in this one. But I've got a road division favorite. And, I could talk about the personnel, I guess, but I'm going with the under. Road division favorite. This is the NFL. Yeah, I hope Dak, as you get older, and look, this is it, right? This is Dak prime. Now, granted, we need him to get back healthy and kind of make sure he's working things out and things like that. But we need Dak soon, right? We don't want to let you go whole career Tony Romo style. I want to compare it. I want, even Dak, I believe, is ahead of Romo. And Romo still had some modest success with the Cowboys, and Dak's had success. He's had wins too. Not the big ones. But, we hated to see him go down. Cowboys have won and covered 5 of the last 6 trips here. All right. And don't they all, Butterscotch? Don't they all? I'll be on the Giants. I'm going to take 3 points here in this one. Mindy is on the over. All right, you guys. We're going to kind of keep it a short show. I don't know if you want to talk about the WNBA. I'm also going to check. Let me see. I did Tony's show, and since I don't see it up yet, I'm probably going to have to. I might just do maybe a small baseball show right here with you, maybe recapping a little bit of my plays, just because the hour that it is right now. Oh, let's see. Yeah, not yet. So if the videos aren't up, I better cover Major League Baseball. Let me at least get these WNBA games today. Now, this is the last day of the regular season. There is a few things to be played for. We do know all the playoff teams moving into the postseason. There's a few spots where we don't know quite the position of the teams. It's number 1 and number 2, but all Vegas has to do is win. They're favored by 18.5 or more. I just saw the steam came in on them, and I'll be reporting that to you in just a moment. But we'll start with the Lynx and the Fever. The Lynx are one of the teams that are, jostling for position. Is basically the 5, 6, and 7 seeds moving into the postseason. Minnesota is currently the number 6 seed. So all the games today are the first 4 at 1 Eastern, go off the same time as the NFL. That was a good idea. Lynx here favored. We get the current line. Lynx here favored by 2.5. I imagine we'll see. Even one game was off the board, and boy, you think you don't want to bet NBA on the last night of the season? What do you think about this with the Lynx and the Fever? I'm going to be on the over here. I know that. If this is the last game of the season, I'm not sure what it's going to look like necessarily, but um, Minnesota, the move is actually down to 1.5. So let me update that right now. There's definitely a move here on the fever now. I don't think it's, uh, maybe we just have them. I don't know if the fever can necessarily win this game, but I'm gonna take the over. See what you guys do. If you guys have anything in this one. No, you guys still want to talk about NFL, and I probably do too. I want to say hello to Arnez Little. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Arnez, we previewed all the East Coast NFL games on the Friday show with Mindy, so please check that out if you want to see those. Uh, previewed all the games over there earlier, and they're all chopped up as well on the Tony Spicks YouTube channel, game by game. So hopefully that works. Got 3 hours before, and don't forget everyone. Oh, let me see here. Let me just cover the WNBA. Sorry about that. I'm just going to take the over with this one. Lynx and Fever. It's up to 164.5. So Steam came in on the over in that one, and I will go over as well with Minnesota and Indiana on Sunday. Dallas has been going over in nearly every game of late. What is it? It's 12 of the last 13 and 4 out of the last 5. On the road, I'm going over in Minnesota and Indiana. Next up, Mystics and Liberty. And this one right now, the Liberty are favored by 9.5. The total has gone up to 163.5. Washington, currently the 7 seed. And they're also battling there with those teams, with Atlanta, with Minnesota. It was a Sky that earned the 8 seed on Friday, so they're locked in. But it's the 5, the 6, and the 7 that are really up for grabs today. You figure the Aces will not lose to the Mercury today. So that's exactly kind of where it stands, with Atlanta in 5th, Minnesota in 6th, and Washington a game back in 7th with a tiebreaker in hand. So in this one, I'm going to be on Washington here. I think they can get the money against the Liberty. Like I said, a little bit to play for them. Liberty, they probably know that they know they need to win, but all they do is they need to win, and they're favored by 9.5 points against a playoff-bound team. I'm going to take the Mystics in this one. Washington's covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings against the Liberty. So that's good enough for me. On the last day of the season, I'll take Washington plus the points. This is a league we love to have Mindy's numbers, though. I'll tell you that for sure. Kay, I am going to cover baseball here today, but actually I've already covered baseball for the Tony Spicks YouTube channel. The show should be debuting any moment, I would think, but here at the end of the show, I will run it down quickly. I don't know if I have time to go over a bunch of picks, but I subbed for Tony today, so I was hoping that the show was up and that we could just direct to there so we wouldn't duplicate, because unlike when Tony does his show and I do mine, we're giving out kind of different picks. In fact, a lot of times, if I might even make a pivot. I know what Tony has on his shows. I like watching his show, and I usually pick the other one or agree with them, or but you know what I mean. So we'll see. But if I don't see those videos up here anytime soon, we're going to go ahead and cover it real quick. So stay tuned. All right. All right, in this one, I'm going to take the Mystics. Next up, we have the Sky. That's what happens without Mindy, executive producer. Could have, there's no doubt that without Mindy, we don't get as many viewers. We don't have as much fun, I don't think. You guys are fun, but Chicago Sky at Connecticut Sun here. The Sun are favored by 9. And total here in this one. Yeah, that I just have it wrong. The total here is 159.5. Sorry about that. That's just a typo. 159.5 for the sky and the sun. That's important because probably end up on the total here in this one. We'll see. But again, Atlanta, they are in position here. I'm sorry. Chicago and Connecticut. Connecticut is locked into the 3 seed. The Sky are locked into the 8 seed. So nothing to play for here in this one. Does feel like the line probably a little bit too high, considering the circumstances surrounding this game. I don't think there's any real reason it doesn't feel like for me for Connecticut to want to control the action here. I'm going to come in on the under though as my play. I know it seemed like I was leaning Chicago there, and that very well could be the case, getting the points. But I feel more confident with the under. I think in this game with Chicago going up against Connecticut. Chicago's gone under in 4 of their last 6 on the road, but for me, does feel like the Sky might have some trouble producing offense here. Still, I think they can get the money. Oh, 159.59. That would be 159.5. I think the total itself is kind of the indicator that this is going to be, it obviously is going to be a lower scoring game, but maybe even lower than that. So, yeah, it is, Kay. And they want me to probably trim it up a little bit. And I wish I could just keep moving. I just need to give out the picks, maybe not so many trends and not so many oohs and ahs and ums. All right, let's keep it moving then. How about the Wings going up against the Dream? The Dream are in that number 5 slot right now. So they do have a little bit of something to play for here against the Wings. Now, the Wings are also locked into their situation as well. So I think that just allows really the spot for Atlanta. It's been a roller coaster season. I mean, when they're good, hey, they can be good. They've clinched a playoff berth. That doesn't happen very often. And all they need is a win to clinch this number 5 seed. As for Dallas, they're right now a perennial playoff team. So they've been up and down. So I'm going to take Atlanta here. They have just a little bit to play for. That sounds like a good angle to me in this one. I mean, Atlanta has won 10 of their last 13 at home. Dallas has been one of the best road teams of late, no doubt about it. But Atlanta has covered 5 of their last 6 as well. All they need to do is win here. I'm going to take Atlanta at home in this one. All right. This is why. Well, what happens here, Kay, is I have, I move the graphic along, and that's what Mindy talks and makes it seem like it's going along much smoother. All right. See some WNBA plays here, and run on the Wings though and the under. All right. Thanks a lot, Blake. I appreciate that. And yeah, no doubt. Hey, Fernando, how are you doing today? Nice to see you. Okay, Sparks in the Storm. I can't find a line. So I don't even know if I'm going to give out a pick in this one right now. With this being the last day of the season, no line available anywhere as far as I can tell. I'm going to check the sports books right now. You have 2 teams that aren't going to make it here into the postseason. So there's circumstances surrounding the personnel in this game, including the Sparks. Here, they've been having personnel issues all the way around here at the end of the season. They've looked, pretty bad down the stretch. Yes, I would take the Storm to win, but I don't know. I don't even know what this line is going to come. I imagine the Sparks, given their record, could be favored here, but I wouldn't think it'd be by much. Could be a pick 'em. The Sparks have faded down the stretch. So last day of the season. Let's see. Yep, looks like NECA is a game time decision here, possibly. So that would help. And I'm sure that's what we're waiting on. I'm sure we'll have no line until that happens. And they still might not win. Why would NECA even need to play? All right, before we go to the next game, I'm going to tell you something right now about this last game of the day. And I'm on the Storm. I'm on the Storm, whatever the line is, or money line. It's got to be maybe the Sparks. If NECA is playing, the Sparks will come a favorite, I'm sure. If not, I don't know. Could it be a pick 'em? We need Mindy's numbers here. She'd tell us exactly what it would be. So, all right. Mercury and the Aces right now. This game is on the move. I'm not going to give out the total, even though I was going to. I'll give out the side. I don't have a problem with that because this total is moving under right now. That's the way I was probably going in this one with Phoenix coming in. It's going to be hard for Phoenix to score. I mean, looks like the way they were going, they'll probably be scoring in the 60s again here. No Taurasi, no Petty, Cunningham, game time decision, last place team, Mercury absolutely dismal again. Another rough season. Griner, she's been playing, but it's been a rough go. So maybe next year will be better. Maybe there's something. We already knew we remember they were their franchise that went through some difficulty at times. Will Diggins, will Skylar Diggins be? Just many question marks. Whatever the case may be, the Steams come in on the over. I'm on the Aces here. I think they'll win with their hands behind their back type of win here. Win it by 21, 23, 25, something like that. I won't even be, I don't think the Aces are necessarily mailing this one in, and I'm sure it'll go under, but I'm going to give the Aces out as my free play. They are playing for the number one seed, but all they got to do is win this game. And I think their effort to win this game might even be enough here to get this victory. So, all right, those were my plays in the WNBA. Appreciate you guys. And, okay, I guess let me go ahead and give out these baseball plays. Like I said, they called me they called and said, hey, we need you to do the show. I sent in the show. I want you to get some baseball plays, and I don't know when that show is going to be up. So let me go ahead and give out the show right here. A little bit faster maybe than what I did on the overnight show. Probably not as good, or maybe no, probably worse. But maybe I could just cover the games here since Kay asked us to do so. Are you guys ready for some baseball if I do it? I don't want to keep us too long because I'm going to come back on here in about 2 hours, and I want to get my premium plays up. So I'm going to go over these relatively quickly, maybe with the picks, and get rolling here. I'll be back at 1. Let me bring up all right. I'll be back at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific with a new show. Sunday football live, where I'm going to cover the NFL live with live lines, with scoring updates, plays, hoots and hollers, screams. You'll get my premium play. I'll be saying I'm winning, I'm losing. Then at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 Pacific, we'll start covering lines for college football next week as they're released. We're going to sit here and tell you all the games that are on the move. We're going to give you the line moves as they're happening. Do you already like a game for next week and the line is moving and it's time to get on it now type of thing? And we're going to go kind of analyze those line moves as they happen. So that's what we're going to – and basically it's what I do when I would just sit here alone. So I need friends. Join me today. All right. I wish that was up. So let me do that here anyway because, man, we're just, 3 or 4 hours from the baseball card. and there's still some big games. Get your plays ready. I don't want to go real long. I mean, hopefully those videos get up from that I worked on. All right, here we go. Marlins and Phillies with Okert going up against Ranger Suarez. Let me bring up the lines, make sure we have the latest line. I have a feeling you guys are, we've got a baseball crowd. It's hard. Here's the thing about doing baseball content, even though there's some great baseball content out there, not a lot of channels go in that day by day, right? So you find one you like it. Maybe you liked Mindy and I, and so that's the thing, right? Football, everybody's on it, man. All right, let's do it here with Okert. This is down to $1.65, 9.5 under 20 in this one. You got Okert coming in with a 3.44 ERA. Suarez 3.91 earned run average. Suarez a 2.82 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone under in 3 of his last 4 starts. Phillies have won 4 of their last 6 games. Suarez has faced Miami already this season, 12 innings, 0-1 record, 3.75 ERA. You have this is my number 3 offense here in Philly against, even though they're, look at the playoffs, looking good here. Miami, they're battling, right? But that's still my number 27 lineup right now. Miami's won 7 of 9. They've gone over in 7 of their last 9. And I have the Phillies here. The reported steam came in on the Marlins. We don't have Mindy's plays here for MLB, but I'm on Philly here in this one. Thank you, Ziggy. Take care. All right. If I see a few plays, I'll put them in. Here we go. Mariners in this one up against the Rays with Miller and Eflin. Miller, 21 starts, a 3.83 ERA. Mariners won walk-off win last night for Tampa Bay, 7-5. Eflin, 3.47 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. Rays are going to be favored here, $1.45. Total is up to 8. This one's been bumped up here. Total now 8 in this one. I gave out the over on the show. I think it's 7.5, and we're already at 8. So still going to recommend the over. I'm going to reiterate the plays. I guess I was going to go opposite or give you more plays, but I better just go with these. I don't want the handicapping to go. Well, I mean, still would bet it, but I'm going over here. Yesterday's game produced 12 runs. Seattle's lost 7 of their last 11. Miller, 4.2 ERA in his last 3 starts. Tampa's gone over in 11 of their last 15. They've won 15 of their last 21. Eflin has gone over in 4 of his last 5 starts. Okay, we'll take the I'm a little behind here on the comments. White Sox and the Tigers with Schultens going up here against Gibson Long. For Gibson Long, he's a 25-year-old. He kind of comes up because the Tigers, Matt Manning's been injured. This is his major league debut in 13 starts in Erie, 6 starts at Toledo. He started slowly at Toledo after he got promoted, but pitched much better, especially over the last 3 starts. He had a 4.33 ERA in the minors this year, but did allow 1.8 home runs per 9 innings. Tigers have won 6 of their last 9 games. Tigers have gone under in 20 of their last 27. White Sox have gone under in 2 of their last 11 on the road. White Sox have also lost 18 of 26 for Schultens, 4.38 ERA, 7.13 ERA in his last 5 starts. The White Sox are 1-8 in Schultens' 9 starts. They've gone over in 4 straight of his starts. And I ended up here in this one on the under. Those those long term the pitchers don't look too good here. I know. We'll see about Gibson Long again. Remember, you're still making a September call up after you spent all season in the minors. Uh, Again, maybe he's an early arrival, no doubt about it. But it's September. Give a guy a chance. You're going to bring guys up and down here a little bit. Send the veterans out to the injured list. Kay goes over in this one. Fernando's on the White Sox. What's the best item at Red Robin? Instead of figure it out. I mean, I just usually get a burger, but I'm looking to expand my horizons a little bit. Pirates and Braves here. Luis Ortiz here. He's going up against Aaron. What's his? Oh, Winans. Alan Winans. There it is. All right. In this one, you have Winans, 5.17 ERA in 3 starts. Braves have gone over in 6 of their last 7. They've lost 4 of 6. Meanwhile, the Pirates, they won yesterday 8-4. They've won 8 of their last 11. Ortiz has been getting lit up of late. Really, 8.8 ERA in his last 4 starts. But hats off to the Pirates, playing some good ball again here late. Braves, it looks like they're trying to, they have some injuries. Maybe they're, making some injuries up here a little bit or trying to preserve their pitching staff for the postseason. They're in a pretty comfortable spot. Sure, you'd like to make sure that you get that top position, but here you have, I would think over. Remember Pittsburgh, they've gone over in 33 of their last 50. I'm taking over in this one with Ortiz and Winans. It's the total's totally wrong here, folks. I'm sorry about that. But I'm going over that number for sure. Let me update it though here. That's going to be a bad look. I had the graphics in there because I knew I was waiting to see if we could get this show up there. No big deal. And this one, so it's up to nearly 250, but I'm just going to put 10 under 20 here as the total. I'm going over. This is what I anticipated. I didn't say I'm going over 8.5 because it said 8.5. I'm going over 10 runs with Pittsburgh and Atlanta today. Ortiz has gone over in 3 of his last 4 starts. $3 favorite. I'm not sure I'm interested in that. I'll probably look to try to get on Pittsburgh somehow with some runs. How about you guys? Fernando on the Pirates. I want some Red Robin. Now that Serbia game is going to end up going well under here in the championship in Germany. What a job they're doing right now to have this lead. All right. Here we go with Dodgers and Nationals. Ryan Yarbrough gets a start with the Dodgers here. He's had a couple of them, I believe. Came over on that trade back on August 1st. Going up against Trevor Williams here for Yarbrough, the left-hander with 3.8 ERA in 7 starts. He's an opener, but he can run a little bit deeper than your average opener. Dodgers have lost 6 of their last 9. And they've gone over in 13 of their last 20. For Williams, Trevor Williams, 5.21 ERA, 7.62 ERA in his last 5 starts. Nationals have gone over in 6 of their last 8 and also over in 6 of their last 9 with Williams starting. Nationals have lost 9 of their last 12. No Mookie still. We know that. And, we saw what happened yesterday. Nationals ended up getting the win, 7-6 in 11 innings. So maybe here, Dodgers in a bullpen game. Nationals still playing with a little bit of heart or whatever. I'll take the Nationals on the run line here, plus the 1.5 in this one. Taking the Nationals. Oh, sorry for that. Let me at least fix these graphics. They haphazardly put them together because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do the baseball. Like I said, I did the baseball already, and here we go. Let me at least give you the right odds here in this one with Dodgers and Nationals, you guys. Oh, I need Mindy, don't I? Okay. The total here is, oh, it's 10. It is 10. Okay. You guys probably typing it into the chat already. And are the Dodgers still minus 240 or so? That this line hasn't really hit every book just yet. In fact, the Dodgers are just a $2 favorite. So let's even call it a little bit of a discount here. Maybe not. Maybe Yarborough probably not worthy. And after the game yesterday, and don't forget, no Mookie. Nats run line for K. Dodgers run line for Fernando. All right. Here is the Orioles and the Red Sox with Grayson Rodriguez going up against Brian Bayo here. Red Sox favored. Maybe it's a pick 'em now. It's a pick 'em for the most part, I would say, in this one with Bayo going up against Grayson Rodriguez. For Grayson Rodriguez, he has a 4.91 ERA, 2.16 ERA in his last 4 starts. Baltimore 6-2 on the road with Bayo. For Bayo, or with Rodriguez. Sorry about that, you guys. Orioles 6-2 on the road with Rodriguez. Baltimore's won 17 of their last 27. They've gone under in just 4 of their last 20. A lot of overs here for Baltimore. Boston's gone over in 19 of their last 22. We know we've been talking about that for 3 weeks now. They've lost 9 of their last 12. Bello has a 3.61 ERA. 3.04 ERA in his last 3 starts. Boston 11-4 with Bayo starting. I'm going to go over 10 runs here in this one. Teams are producing a lot of overs. And how many runs were scored in yesterday's game, you guys? Could have went over this number twice. There were 25 runs scored in yesterday's game between these two teams in a 13-12 final. And Blake is on the Orioles. All right. Thanks for keeping it brief, you guys, today. Here's the Brewers and the Yankees. Corbin Burns against Garrett Cole. This is a good high-profile pitching matchup, certainly in this one. Yankees at home here. Minus $1.25 now, $1.25, and the total 7.5. All right. Well, I have to like the pitching matchup, I would think, in this one with these 2 veteran hurlers going. Let's see. For Burns, 3.63 ERA. But 5.21 ERA in his last 3 starts. He has gone under in 8 of his last 10 starts. For Garrett Cole, 2.90 the ERA. Yankees have lost 3 straight, but they are 13-2 in Cole's last 15 starts. Yankees have gone over in just 4 of their last 12 games. All right, see if you guys are interested. This one probably a pretty high-profile matchup, even though the Yankees are going nowhere. K's on the Yankees. Kay is, she is our Yankee correspondent after all. All right, might have a few more. I think you got the best of my notes here on this one. It was an NFL Sunday, and wasn't planning on doing this show here, so maybe I got a little bit shortchanged on my preparation for our show here on the Morning Steam, but I'm going under with these 2 pitchers. I can't help it. All right, next up, Thank you. Here we go. Royals and Cole Ragans going up against the Blue Jays and Jose Barrios. Barrios here, $1.75. Favorite in this one. Call it $1.65 now. We can change that, especially with that another typo by me. Got the Blue Jays minus $1.65 now, and the total has dropped significantly here to it looks like 8 flat. So Cole Reagan's probably about as good a pitcher in the major leagues over the last week or two. In his last 3 starts, he's been on fire. So it's looking like a good acquisition for the Royals. They're moving forward here with Cole Ragans, the way he's performed since coming over, for sure. So far with the Royals, he's had very good numbers. 0.48 ERA in his last 4 starts, and has gone 3-0 in those 4 starts. Sure, the Royals have lost 11 of their last 14 games, but man, I tell you what, with the Ragans, even though he has a 5.17 ERA this season, he's been real solid so far with the Royals. Royals have lost 11 of their last 14, including last night's 5-1 loss to Toronto. Barrios has a 3.68 ERA, but a 5.79 ERA in his last 5 starts, and has gone 0-3. Blue Jays have won 8 of their last 11. Interesting to note that Barrios has gone over in just 2 of his last 12 starts. So, yeah, Barrios always going under. Probably going to be a little more comfortable at home. He hasn't had a good career stats against Kansas City. I'm not sweating that too much, but I'm going to end up on the under here in this one. Man, this is a rapid dropper. I was thinking premium here, but if I've lost a half a run now, I don't think I can put it up for sale. I like the under in this one with the Royals and the Blue Jays. All right. Keep it going here with the Cardinals and the Reds. Miles Mikolas goes for St. Louis, going up against Hunter Green here. Mikolas, a 4.63 ERA. St. Louis just 5-13 this season with Mikolas. But St. Louis playing their best ball of the season at the wrong time of the year. They've won 8 of their last 10. Cincinnati's lost 3 straight. Green has a 4.75 ERA. I saw the lineup. Paul Goldschmidt is out of this game today for St. Louis. So that certainly will lend credence to the fact that the steam did come in on the under in this game. Let's see on this, what is the total there? Yeah. Okay. So I must have had I had 2 games. Another typo. Here it is though. It's 9.5. I think is a fair number here because it was 10 and the steam came in on the under. Is that the way? Could a Reds game like this end up going under? Let's see here. It's probably the way I'm gonna go in this game now. Goldie out. Kind of wanted to take St. Louis here because I don't like the way Cincinnati is playing here. What's the line now? Cincinnati 1. Yeah. Okay, we just had the wrong line entirely. Boy, you guys. 140 is the current line. Okay, now it all makes sense to me. I'm still going to go on the Cardinals, even with no Goldie. I took them on the show earlier. I'll stick by it. At 140, at 1 plus 120 or so. Give me the Cardinals today still. I'll take them. They're playing well right now. And even without Goldie, I'm willing to do it here. Serbia trying to get a last-ditch effort here in this final, this FIBA final. Okay. Padres going to start rookie Matt Waldron here up against JP France of the Astros. And the Astros are a home favorite here, minus $1.55. And the total it's 10. How about that? Waldron has a 5.12 ERA this season. And France has a 3.72 ERA. France, so 11.77 ERA in his last 3 starts. Waldron has made relief appearances with the Padres as well this season. Padres have won 5 of their last 8. They've gone over in 10 of their last 16. Astros have been a big time over, 22, 8-1 to the over in their last 31 games. The reported steam did come in on the over. I'm going to take the Astros at this price of $1.55, but does look like runs they could be coming again. They did yesterday. Astros won at 7-5. I could see a repeat here of that situation for sure. I'm going to be on the Astros here, but that steam certainly looks pretty live to me. I don't mind maybe a double digit here. Could end up on a premium card, although today's NFL Sunday. All right, here we go. Got plays from you guys. Astros. All right. Here we go with the Mets and the Twins in this one. And boy, the Mets have kind of hit the ground again, right? With another losing streak at this point. Tyler McGill comes in here with a 5.28 ERA, and the Mets, we gave them a little bit of credit for what they were up to, but now they've lost 3 straight. Not looking good on the road here. You have a Minnesota team. They won yesterday comfortably 8-4 with Lopez, one of the hottest pitchers right now in the league. 3.59 ERA, but a 2.14 ERA in his last 7 starts, and the Twins have gone 5-1 in his last 7 starts. Twins are 10-2 in his last 12 starts. Minnesota's won 10 of their last 17, and with Minnesota 42-29 at home. Meanwhile, the Mets on the road just 29-44. For me, I'm going to have to lay the run line here. I'm going to lay the run line here with Minnesota. Steam did come in on the Mets. That makes it kind of nice because now this line is down to about $1.75, kind of where it was before it kind of got driven up after yesterday's result, I would think a little bit. So I don't know. I consider that value. Give me the run line at minus $1. Plus money here, plus 105 or so. So definitely like that. And this total is definitely down here to 8.5 over minus 120 or so. I think there's still some 9-unders out there. But I don't know, man. Lopez is really dealing. All right, Diamondbacks and Cubs here with Brandon Pfaadt going up against Kyle Hendricks. And Hendricks here minus $1.25 now. Are there players sitting here for the Cubs today? Now's a pretty bad time. Might want to have those guys in there. $1.25 here in the total. 8.5 to the over now. Maybe we've seen a changing of the winds. It feels like is what is going on here in Chicago. Might have to take a look at that or get the update from our Chicago correspondents out there. I will say this, a game we just previously talked about, even though I gave out the under, there is steam coming in right now on the over in the game between the White Sox and the Tigers. So please note that. I already said the steam came in on the Tigers. So also one WNBA move I'm seeing currently is Dallas and Atlanta under, and that's something I can get behind. All right, in this one with Hendricks, Cubs right now playing well. What did I say I was going to do? Check the injuries. Do we have the lineups? Because I'm concerned all of a sudden with the discount here on the Cubs, to be honest with you, because Pfaadt is not, they keep sending him out there every time, and he's going to have to just keep getting his feet wet. They're not sending him down or anything. Has been here all year pretty much, or at least the second half of the season. So I think it's a great discount here, man, on the Cubs today. Give me the Cubs with Kyle Hendricks for sure. This total, though, climbing up. Like I said, I did want to maybe take a look and see if there's the wind blowing out here all of a sudden. Germany beat Serbia 83-77 to win the FIBA World Cup, coming back in the second half. All right. Tone Miggins, good to see you here today. Thank you for posting your plays in the chat. Have a great day with the crew. All right, just maybe if I could just give one peek at this Cubs situation here. Thanks for bearing with me. Wind is blowing straight in from center at 5 to 6 miles an hour. Total's going up. Yeah, maybe because of Brandon Pfaadt. Maybe it'll keep happening right now for the Cubs. But, Hendricks is going to be able to deal a little bit. If he's got no wind to deal with, you'd think he'll be just, keeping it on, keeping it going, keeping his walk rate down. And that's what he does. And, man, don't doubt it. 3.38 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cubs have gone under in 11 of their last 13 games. Arizona's gone under in 7 of their last 10 with that weak offense. They even go under with Pfaadt. Even though Pfaadt has these gaudy numbers of a 6.27 ERA, last 2 starts, 10.5 ERA, he's still gone under in just in 11 of his last 15 starts. I'll still give out the Cubs here, but man, there's a lot that you can put on the under in this game. I mean, as far as what could happen, that number. Remember, look what we just dealt with in the last games of this series. It was 3-2 yesterday, and total you saw was kind of gloomy out there. It looks like the same kind of day today. I think we're just thinking because Brandon Pfaadt's in there, but I don't know. I tend to think under. All right, got to get this show over with, you guys. Join me at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. Athletics and Rangers here. Medina, he's going up here against John Gray. We saw Sinna figured out, finally getting his moment here with the Rangers and the Athletics. Apparently thinks the line is a little bit too high. Well, I'll tell you what, it's even lower than this now. Remember, we talked about all those, look out for those $3 favorites. Well, the Rangers have played so poorly, they're only minus 225, right? They won yesterday's game. Medina has a 5.46 ERA in 14 starts. He did have an okay and a quality start against Texas earlier in the season, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. For Gray, 3.85 ERA. 2 starts against Oakland this year, 1-0 with a 2.7 ERA. Still can't ignore the fact the Rangers have lost 16 of their last 21 games, but at least they're playing the A's here, and you're getting them on a discount. No doubt about that. I'm going to take the A's plus a 1.5 here. I don't think there's any value in doing what I'm doing, but the A's are playing some of their best ball again. They've won 10 of their last 18 games. I mean, that's not great. That's good. That's good. That's nice. That's good. You'd contend for the playoffs, I guess, if you did that over and over again for, 9 or 10 times. So Jamal going under in this one. You've got to think maybe that is going to be possible here with these two. Gray. Rangers have gone over in 12 of their last 16, though. Oakland, through this streak, is producing more runs. They've gone over 5-3-1 in their last 9. That shades over. All right. Guardians and Angels. Tanner Bybee going up against Kenny Rosenberg here. Rosenberg, he's an opener here in this one for sure for the Angels. And for Tanner Bybee, he is $1. Man, he's down to $1.50 today. Looks like a pretty decent, maybe a decent price now. Could be the fact Obviously, that in yesterday's game, of course, the Angels ended up winning the game 6-2. But I don't know, with Bybee, you're dealing with a little bit different type of a prospect here. Feels like to me. I mean, he's had a great season. This total is dipping down to 8.5 now. The juice to the over a little bit, but certainly down off of a 9. So it does feel like there is some personnel information here, possibly in this game with the Angels. Let's see. All right. Otani's status is questionable with an oblique strain. Probably not something you're going to mess with. So get it while it's hot. I was thinking that there might be some injury information with the Guardians, but Otani questionable. Man, the Guardians, that's an attractive price. I'm going to go, well, it's down to 8.5. I went under on the show earlier when it was 9. I'll still go. I'm giving out my plays here from the show, so I'll go with the under. But man, Guardians might be an interesting play here, even as a pretty stiff favorite on the road. They still might look to get on them here. Bybee 3.05 ERA this season, and Guardians. Here's the thing: the Guardians are 23-42 to the under as a favorite. Now, as an underdog, the Angels are almost exactly the opposite, and the Angels have gone over in 9 of their last 12. But you do have Tanner Bybee here, and I'll take the under in this one. All right, Jamal on the Angels. And we'll go with here the finale with the Rockies and the Giants. Yeah, Peter Lambert here going up against Keaton Wynn. K-Win. There's a disc jockey here from K-Win. Lassie Love. Going to be on K-Win tonight. And the Giants here are $2 flat. The total here has gone up to 8.5. I'm if Lassie Love is Dr. Johnny Fever, or I guess he could be Venus Flytrap as well. Could I be Les Nessman? I think there are some similarities. All right, the Giants here at minus 200. The total 8.5 in this one. This one is the night game tonight, and the Giants. Yesterday, I think they were able to. Let's see here. Let's call it up. Let me make sure I got this line right. The way these lines have moved. Maybe I just had some old lines in there. It felt like, but we might take advantage of some of these today. Okay, here we go. Keaton Wynn, 2 starts so far. This is a bullpen game, obviously, here for the Giants. He's got 3.33 ERA this season. Giants have lost 6 of their last 8 games. Colorado's Lambert has a 5.06 ERA in his last 3 starts. Colorado just 2-8 in his starts this season. They've lost what is it now? 30 of their last 43 games. They've gone over in 15 of their last 22. The reported steam did come in on the over, and it also came in here on the Rockies, but I don't see the move necessarily here as far as on the line. So I'm gonna take the Giants on the run line in this one. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it here. I think the Giants, you take a look at, what's going on in the standings right now. I think the Giants can have a repeat performance in this one. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Join me in 2 hours for the NFL coverage. Appreciate it very much. I'll send a thumbnail out there. Thanks a lot, everyone. Appreciate you guys so much. Join me in the Discord as well. Let me get my premium plays up there. You might know what I like already. You're watching the show. Thanks a lot. Appreciate everyone for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow with Mindy, and we'll tighten it up here on the show a little bit. Appreciate it. All right. And for Mindy Hahn, I think we got her NFL plays in there as well. I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining me.